a quick review of multiplying polynomials. You've done this in the past, and you're pretty good at it. So I'm going to take an example 1 and multiply negative 3x squared and distribute it through the parentheses. So negative 3x squared times 4x squared will give us negative 12, and then x squared times x squared will give us x to the 4th. Then we have a negative times a negative is positive. 18 x squared times x will give me x to the 3rd power. The negative times positive is negative 3x squared. I would look very quickly and see there's nothing that I could add to combine like terms. B, I guess, is underneath it. I'll go to C next, though. C is x plus 3 times 2x plus 5. So two terms, when we multiply binomials, we have an acronym that we can use to kind of think through it in our heads. So we're going to multiply the first two terms here and get 2x squared. The outside two terms are the x times 5, which is going to be 5x, and then the inside two terms are 3 times 2x, which gives me 6x. We kind of put those together because we're going to add those up in the long run. So 3, the last would be 3 times 5 is plus 15. So I get 2x squared, then 5x plus 6x are like terms, give us plus 11x plus 15. You also can think of that as like double distribute, and you can do it the same way as I'm getting ready to do example B. So for example B, I'm going to take this 2x here and multiply it times the entire parentheses. 5x squared minus 6x plus 7. Then I'm going to take the negative 3 here and multiply it again times the whole second parentheses. 5x squared minus 6x plus 7. And when I multiply this, I'm going to get 10x to the 3rd minus 12x squared plus 14x. Now I'm going to need to make sure that I distribute the negative 3, not just 3, but negative 3. So it's going to give me negative 15x squared, then a negative times a negative is positive 18x, and then negative times positive is negative 21. Now when I combine like terms, so I have the 10x cubed, no like term there, but I have 12x squared and a minus 15x squared, which is minus 27x squared. Then 14x plus 18x gives me plus 32x, and then minus 21. So now we've worked on squaring binomials like a plus b raised to the 2nd power, and you all know that it's the parentheses a plus b times the parentheses a plus b, and then you either FOIL or double distribute. It is helpful if you kind of know the shortcut to that. So if I have a binomial squared, then I'm going to take the first term here, a, and it's going to be squared. The last term, b, is going to be squared. And that is not where you stop, which some of you tend to stop right there. There's also that middle term that's made up of the outside and the inside, which is a times b. So a times b twice. So ab plus ab gives you 2 ab's. So, and then the same thing is true with a minus, except you're going to have a negative ab and a negative ab, which is going to give you a negative 2ab. So let's try using that method on each of these problems. So I have x plus 5 squared. So I'm going to square the first term. I'm going to multiply 5x, and I'm going to double it. So it's going to be 2 times 5x, which is 10x. And then I'm going to square 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. To do the same thing on b, I'm going to square the first term. That's x squared. I'm going to multiply negative 9 times x, so negative 9x twice is going to be a negative 18x, and then 9 squared is going to be plus 81. C, 3x squared, so it's 3x times 3x is 9x squared. I'm going to multiply the two terms, and that's going to give me 6xz, and then I'm going to double it, and that gives me 12xz. Plus, and then 2z times itself, so that gives me 4 z squared. So D, a little bit tougher. I need to square 4m squared, so that's going to be 16. And then m squared times m squared, that's going to give me m to the 4th. When I multiply these two terms, I'm going to get 12m squared n, and I want to double it, so it's going to give me, and it's minus, it's actually a minus 12m squared n. So when I double it, I get minus 24m squared n, and then plus 3n times 3n is 9n squared. All right, so you ready to move up a notch and try something just a little tougher? All right, so this one, E, has got, here's my two terms. My 3 is 1, but you see how this is kind of grouped in a parentheses. And I want you to think about that as one term as well. So when I square, and again, it's something squared. So I'm going to square the first one, which is 9. Then I'm going to multiply these two together. So I'm going to get, when I do that, 3 times 2a plus b, and then I'm going to double it. So that's going to be like a 2 times that. So I kind of ran out a little bit of space there. So I'll move this out. So this is going to be 9 plus, and then 2 times 3 times 2a plus b. And then I'm going to have the last term, which is 2a plus b, and I'm going to square it. All right, so then let's simplify this. So this is 9. This is going to be 6 times, I'm going to distribute through. So 6 times 2a is 12a, and 6 times b is going to be plus 6b. So that's simplified. Then I'm going to use my squaring technique. So 2a times 2a, that's 4a squared. Then I get 2ab, and I want to double it, so plus 4ab, and then plus b squared. And let's take a minute and see if there's any like terms here. Let's see. We'll go away arrow. I don't know that I see anything that's in common. Do you? Correct me if it's not when you see me in class.